Everybody here dies by dawn.
What's wrong with you, Mom?
Evil Dead Rise. Rated R. Only in theaters Friday.
The blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
You will suffer an eternity for this.
I seek church approval to translate the spiritual mysteries. Its pages undoubtedly hold. Brilliant! It's called the Book of the Dead for a reason!
It is called The Book of the Dead, and it is the Evil Dead Rise film sequel, reboot, whatever you want to call it, from 2023. You are joined as always by Jeff and Kevin from 0.Point Reviews, but we got a couple fun guests with us. We got Dylan, also known as Schlenzo, and we also got Rob Maynard. Thank you both for joining us tonight, guys. How you guys doing?
Doing very well. Thank you for having us on. Big fan of the show. Very excited to be here.
Awesome.
I actually reviewed the audio Book of the Dead before we began, so much easier. You can enjoy it in the car.
That took me for a loop. Okay, so what we like to do on this show is to ask your first memories of this movie. And Rob, did you have a memory of this? Like, it's only a couple years ago.
No, it's a vague memory. I think I saw this in theaters, but I can't remember if I did. I asked one friend, and he's like, no, we didn't go see it. I might have seen it with your brother, Schlenzo. Maybe that's the only other chance that I might have seen it in theaters. That's possible. I definitely caught it again at home, but I do think I schlepped out to go see this. I like to try to support the horror in theaters so that they make more of them. So
does it work? Have they been doing it?
Yeah, they keep making tons of horror
right.
movies. So they're making another Evil Dead. So as far as it's just me keeping that alive.
God bless you.
The sequel, I keep missaying the name on. I keep saying Evil Dead Burns, and it's Evil Dead Burn. I can't help myself for some reason.
Well, Burns makes more sense.
Burn better.
Like, yeah, like we're used to Mr. Burns and George Burns and everything else.
What if the Evil Dead are super insulting and it's like Evil Dead burn? Like, got you, got him.
Well, they started to burn everybody alive in this one.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense because they are pretty like witty and stuff like that. They do come up with some good ones.
They're cruel, at least. It's usually a lot of just Dead by Dawn. It's funny to them, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot going for them. I mean, they get to come out and like they're like, all right, now I could start taunting the humans, you know.
Better
Little
than flying through the
occupied.
woods.
I've been sitting on this joke for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
You're gonna love this one. You're Dead by Dawn.
Get Kevin to spit.
Is that a goal? I could get Kevin to spit.
Well, I think we all can.
Ew.
Yeah.
Now, Dylan, when
haven't
did you
ever-
first check out this movie? Did you go to the theaters or did you see it online?
So this is very interesting. I had just gotten back from Vegas. It was a long trip, you know, but I don't drink or gamble or anything, you know, so it was a pretty conservative trip. But, you know, I was tired and jet lagged. And this movie happened to be on because I was going to be talking about it on a podcast. So I watched it and took it in there. And you know, that's my memory of it. I watched it for the show is what I'm trying to say here. So
It was 2 days.
it was 2 days ago.
And you won money in Vegas. What do you mean you don't gamble?
No, that's true. I did win some money. I only do the one bet, though, at the Palace Station. I always put money on 8. I've done it 2 years in a row, and I've won both times. So they're going to close that table because of me.
Nice. He's got a system.
It's just one day it won't work, and I'll come back and let you know.
Eight system.
My rule of thumb is $100 on slot machines, and then I'm good. Whatever happens with that is whatever happens with that.
Honestly,
I lose it, but I usually walk away with about $200 total.
Exactly. You know, if you get up big, just walk away. You know?
Yeah. pretty much.
My rule of thumb is if I lose 100, but they bring me $100 worth of drinks,
You just paid
we
for
broke
yourself.
even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with it then at that point. I'm not sad. $100
Yeah.
worth of booze does not make me sad.
But in all seriousness, I did watch the movie just for the show here. Maynard said
Well, thank
that
you.
like you guys wanted to have us on, and you were really excited to have me on, so I didn't want to
Not
let you
you.
guys
I
down.
said they didn't want you.
No, I
asked
recall
anyone but you.
the message very clearly. Very excited for Schlenzo Evil Dead. Watch ?
Good job, Kevin. But Kevin, was this also your first time watch? From what it sounds like.
Yeah, man. I've held off on this for 2 years, and I finally watched it last night. I almost didn't watch it last night. I almost held off on it for today, but I was like, no, I want to watch it in the dark on a nice TV, not on the phone in the car with the glare on the phone, while playing Magic.
Impressive multitasking there, Kevin.
I kick ass.
Lightning bolt. God damn it.
Add that to the chainsaw. But you know what? I was so afraid to see this movie. I did not want to go see it in the theater. COVID was not the issue. I was vaccinated. I had masks. I don't care.
It was 2023. I think it was all cured by then.
It was
That's true
subsiding.
too.
Yeah.
But I did not want to see an Evil Dead picture that I didn't like. I'd seen Ash vs. Evil Dead season 3 and didn't like it. And it sucks every time I have to watch it. And I have to watch it again tomorrow.
Yes, you do.
So I really enjoyed the 2013 version. I really, really did. And I didn't think I was going to. And I loved it because it proved me wrong. So walking into this, I was kind of like, oh, goodness, Fide's not doing this one. I hope they could do just as well. And I just walked into it with a lot of, I wouldn't call it anticipation.
Trepidation.
There was quite a bit of trepidation there. Like, I had high hopes, but I wasn't quite sure what to really expect from it.
The 96% Rotten Tomatoes didn't give you any little bit of hope.
Before it came out from the critics. So
they are all bought and paid for. Every one of them.
Me too.
Yeah, I almost didn't want to use that.
Darn
But
tootin'.
it's like,
I mean, I am willing to sell out. It just
Absolutely.
just look up Schlenzo D and hit me up. But yeah,
hey, if there's an extra zero at the end of a paycheck, you could send a check in there.
$10. So
the number starts with a 0 too.
Wait, so there was an Evil Dead in 2013. Is this a sequel to it, or is
that
this
was a
its own
remake?
thing?
That was a remake.
What was the first? The 2013 was a remake.
Correct.
Yeah.
So they had someone who wasn't Bruce Campbell being Ash and all that. That's what they did.
No, they just made it so another family had bought the cabin after Ash's ordeal.
Oh, okay.
And they are.
So it is a sequel.
A group of kids come together.
Kind of a sequel. It's kind of not a sequel at the same time. It's like
it's a
Evil
boot quill
Dead and Evil
Boot
Dead
quill.
2.
Boot quill.
You know?
Boot quill.
Yeah. According to the video game, it's a sequel. According to the movie, it's just a reboot.
Oh,
They
and I played the video
intended-
game for a little bit. That was a fun game.
I do trust.
They did intend to get Bruce into Evil Dead 2013, but it didn't work out. He was supposed to be the guy in the truck picking up Jane Levy's character at the end of the movie. That's who he was supposed to be, but they never followed through on that.
He was busy with Burn Notice.
Yeah.
Now there's a show. That's for another episode.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that one was harsh. It was cruel and it was gritty and dark and everything that the first original movie was. And it made you very uncomfortable to watch. And I loved every second of it, except for the fact that I watched it on my VR headset. And there's a scene with an eyeball getting poked repeatedly with the needle, and it shows it every single time. And I can't get it off my fucking face. And it's like,
oh no, man! I'm
got me
feeling
the
that
first
just
time
you
I
talking about it. Never. Oh God!
I like getting my eyes stabbed.
It takes all kinds.
Like the the idea of watching this movie by myself so my kids can't watch it in VR was like a good idea until I couldn't get it off my face.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I did not do that last night. However, I did listen to it with my 3D surround sound earbuds in, and that was. I knew it was going to be a mistake, but my family's loud, so
Gotta make do somehow. Yeah, I never saw the 2013 movie till 3 years ago when we talked about it for the first time with the panel with like Rob, Steve, and everybody else. If you remember that, Kevin, that was my first time checking that out, and I absolutely was like totally not interested in any reboots. If there's no Bruce, forget it. I'm not interested. I loved Ash versus Evil Dead just fine, and an Army of Darkness, no Bruce, no go. But ended up watching that one. Loved it. Watched this one and I really liked it, but it does have some issues. But I did go see this day one in the theaters, and I did have a very good time, enough to buy it on Blu-ray when it came out. So I just watched it for probably the 4th time since I owned it. So every time I watch Evil Dead, I go right through them all.
So how many movies are there then? Are there 5? Because you got the 3 original, the remake, and this one? Or is there another one of that? Oh, okay.
And then the 6th one is next year.
Gotcha.
And then there's supposed to be a 7th one, if I remember right.
If we go out into the theaters to see the 6th.
It better be Ghost Beaters.
Tell me about it.
It won't be, but I want it to be.
Like, it's probably going to be called Evil Dead Die.
Yeah.
Evil dies tonight.
Oh, no.
No. Somebody was picking up what I was putting down.
But it should have dice on there, like Snake Eyes or some shit, like Evil Dead Die or a 20-side die. Like they're all in
Let's see. Rise, Burn,
Ash.
Funk. Yeah, Evil Dead Ash.
Only if you bring in Bruce, and it's directed by Sam
Raimi. No, they shouldn't, just to piss everyone off. Everyone would be so mad. Everyone would talk about the movie. Like, you gotta see it to be mad.
Call it that, but don't bring him in. That
right,
exactly.
Yeah,
the Ash is the reference to the burn.
Yeah, those demons are at it again.
I love that.
Evil Dead Notice, now that you put Burn Notice in my head.
Evil Dead Notice. Yeah, it's all coming together.
God, really, it is. That's horrible. It's all making sense.
Oh, that's fun. I love coming up with new names for movies that haven't been made yet. But Kevin, kick us off with some of what we'd like to talk about on this show, the good, the bad, and judge it. Then we can all judge each other whether we like it or not.
All right. So, of course, with any movie where you've got good versus evil, the movie's only as good as its villain. And of course, horror is no exception. It's the epitome to the role. And I have to say, this might be the most fantastic Dead that I have ever seen. She was not as quirky as say, Henrietta, but Beth was, or not Beth, Elle was. I get the sisters mixed up. I have to look at the names.
It's
Elle.
I'm pretty sure.
Elle, yeah. She was just perfect for this. And I swear to God, for as much as I hate the whole let's gender swap this and that, like I want to see her play the Joker. She is so creepy with her sincere smile that's going to eat you alive, that it's like, oh, I want to see her play Mr. J.
No, I see Poison Ivy.
Yeah, that too.
Hair.
Who's the real tall lady from the Resident Evil franchise now?
Oh, Lady
Jenkins?
From
Lady Demescu, or I feel like she has a big smile. You would love her, Schlen. So she's tall and buxom, and she's like 10 feet tall.
I don't know.
Literally, she's like 10 feet tall with like huge bosoms, and she's a vampire.
She's a Schlenzo type. I mean,
Can we get a graphic for that? Schlenzo type?
A gigantress.
Gigantress. All I can hear is Dr. Psycho. What? I have a type. You know this.
Bobby. She looks like she needs a good man to relieve some of the stress in her life. I can fix her.
Dude, I am like
She's already dead.
I'm half the man.
Bobby don't
she is.
care.
He's 7 foot tall and I'm 5'7". I just be like, she's tall.
I wonder if she could play any role that's not smiling evil, though.
I don't know. I mean, she is
Melissa?
truly delightful to look at, and she's a wonderful actor, but golly, after seeing someone in this, you're just kind of like, I don't believe in typecasting, but you just sold it as a demon. Like, you are a scary, scary person.
She was scary before she died.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was. She was.
Yeah,
a mom
no,
that put a
I
single mom
agree with
put
you.
them in the kid.
Definitely a great look to her, and especially being the demon, but also having to have that kind of motherly charm as well, that kind of bring the kids in, kind of not, kind of make you question everything. You know, I think she did a really good job of walking that line.
Mm-hmm. And they had a moment where she breaks from the possession and begs her sister, "Don't let them take my babies,"
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
which was really kind of actually a touching moment for this picture, which it didn't really have any other touching moments, but like it kind of stood out and you felt it. You felt her performance there, and you felt irritated almost at the sister for not paying attention or heeding the warning fairly.
Well, what was she supposed to do?
Grab the babies and leave.
They're not her kids. The police.
There was no
been on
place
her
to
like
go.
nothing.
There was no place to go. The stairs were bombed out. The elevator was bombed out.
Oh, dude, they
were
so
pretty
played
stuck.
Ghostbusters the video game before they played this movie. Before they made this movie, they were like,
And
playing
watch The
Ghostbusters.
Shining.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, dude, I got an idea." And playing with their sister's hair clamp.
Oh God. Oh man. But you see this picture and I'm looking at those eyes. I'm like, that's a nice little callback to the white-eyed demons from Evil Dead.
Oh, in the
Some
original,
great, yep. Some
Yes.
great looking effects on this. Take out some of the CGI stuff, of course. All the practical stuff looked awesome.
Oh, I'll get to the CGI stuff later in the next segment.
Yeah, I kind of figured that's usually your bag.
Hey, I'm here for it.
It had no place in this movie, but again,
There's no
we'll
place
get
in
to
any
that.
movie, especially
Settle
not
down.
horror.
But this movie again, it starts out with people turning into deadites, and it's fun, and then you get the let's go back 24 hours to a completely unrelated story. And that's where I kind of got grievance with the film, because it's like it starts out pretty good, fairly interesting. It's like it's typical. You're at a cabin, there's going to be someone turning into a deadite, and then it starts with this other film. And so for the next 33 minutes, I found myself kind of like waiting for it to get good again. And I had to ping Jeff and say, dude, I'm having a really hard time liking this movie. And I had to write down the time, 33 minutes. I'm like, okay, I like the movie now. Like it's good now. This is not a bad movie in any way, shape, or form. It is, I will say now, and I don't want to spoil for the final judgment, but it is a good Evil Dead movie. It's just, it takes so long for it to get interesting for me.
Well, you know,
But
I
once-
had the same issue with at the beginning, because they're showing everything happening on the dock. Those other characters,
Yeah.
she's getting her scalp ripped off. I mean, it's like, okay, that's interesting. And then they do the 24 hours later. So I'm assuming we're going to be seeing what they were doing 24 hours earlier. And I'm like, wait a minute, is one of these women the same woman who was the deadite later? Like, are these different people? So I was a little confused about that until, like you said, until they were just really sticking with this family. And I'm like, well, okay, so the first thing was, I don't know how they're going to weave that in. And then they just shoehorn it in at the end. It's like she's getting ready to leave and gets possessed. And it's like, oh, well, okay, then I guess that wraps
They
it
tried
up.
to get
but
cute with
why?
the storytelling. They wanted you to forget about it and then zing you at the end of, oh, and by the way, in case you forgot about how we started this movie, this is how we're also going to end the movie.
Yeah, like the movie starts with the sequel bait. It's a big play.
Oh, that won't be the sequel, because you saw everything that's going to happen, right? She gets a little sick, and then she rips her friends apart, but then there's nobody else to rip apart. So, like, there's nowhere for that story
she'll
on the
move
dock to
on.
go.
Yeah.
But if they didn't have the intro in the dock, if you had just started with her doing the pregnancy test and then going to the apartment, you still would have had nothing going on for 28 minutes. At least here, they're like, all right, we're going to give you some deadites just for a couple of minutes right in the beginning. Start off with a bang, give you a big title card with the deadite hovering in the air. So
that was awesome.
Right, exactly. So
Well,
they gave
did it
you,
for the previews.
they started it with a nice bang. It was great on the previews. So they started out with a bang. And I mean, the fact that it doesn't really matter that they go back to it, it didn't really bother me. I thought it was just an exciting way to start it rather than just starting it really slow.
No, but when you're watching, you're waiting for the connective tissue for a little bit. You would have to be, you don't watch a scene like that saying like, oh, that was completely random and standalone. Now I'm ready for the rest of the movie, So when you're watching it for the first time, I imagine on a rewatch, it's more palatable, but the first time you're watching it, you're waiting for it to connect. And then as it goes on, like Kevin was saying, you just begin to realize, oh no, it didn't mean anything. So I'll just enjoy the movie for what it is now. So again, you watch the rewatch, I think it's more justifiable, but the first time you're waiting for that other shoe to drop and it just doesn't happen.
It doesn't. Like there was a few things. There are some plot holes, and we'll get to that later again, where you're just kind of like, I'm waiting for this to happen, and it never does. And you're just kind of like, well, that would have been the rational conclusion to that happening, but whatever.
The way to fix that would have been like crisscrossing when the sister shows up at the building and she's parking and the other girl is parking as well, and they meet in the elevator on the way up, and then it's like, okay, maybe there's something here.
Right.
But if she was in the building when everything happened, she would have logically died when everyone else in the building would have.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe if she was on her way down as the sister's up, so she's about to leave like to at least go shopping or something.
Wasn't she at the end? She's in the building because she's going to her car.
But she wasn't in the building throughout the entire action. She like shows up at the end, like as if she just returned home or something.
She was
leaving her apartment like she was sleeping the whole time on like a different floor, like 5th floor.
Yeah,
instead of just stick to all that stuff. No way. There's a bunch of screaming the whole time
and shotguns.
Well, that's what they showed though. She's exiting the building. She's not arriving to it. But
in all fairness, that is L.A. Like that's
true.
It's Tuesday, y'all.
Just thought it was all aftershocks from the earthquake.
That earthquake, the kid was so stupid. Fucking hole opens up in the goddamn ground. In California, the kid's grown up in California his entire life. I'm gonna go climb in that hole.
Hey, it looks like a bank vault. Let's go check it out. Too bad there wasn't Crash sitting around. He could have been like, hey, we can move somewhere now. No, he just wants to find the Necronomicon and the vinyl records.
Fortune favors the bold.
That's true. But I'm just kind of like, for real, dude, maybe I'm just signaling myself as a giant pussy, but it's like, no, I would not be climbing down that hole after a fucking earthquake that just caused a hole.
It'd be funny if he says like, hey, that's what you said about the last hole and we found $50, Like just imply that he's, whenever a hole opens up, he goes down it. It's like,
little adventurous. Yeah,
exactly.
But it was totally neat. It was way out of place. Like you kind of have to suspend a little bit of disbelief, but you're just kind of like, all right, whatever. Like they found
the Necronomicon wants to be found, right? Maybe.
Yes, it does. It always wants to be found.
That's the One Ring.
It's kind of the same idea. And got short little guys grabbing at it. It's the same idea.
Short little guys. I like the fact that they kind of went with the 3 Necronomicons from Army of Darkness, because
that was the idea for the next one too. So it's going to be a different Necronomicon in Evil Dead Burn.
Well, and that's okay, because it's like Rob said, it's like they are platforming from 2013 in a way where it's like, okay, that Necronomicon was one, here's another one, and of course there was a third that Ash saw, and who's to say Ruby hadn't made another? If they even Ruby
as long as you've got a human face and someone willing to copy it, then you can make as many Necronomicons as you want.
Yeah,
and we just need Pablo. It was written all over his body.
And those are just 3 Necronomicons. That was before the printing press. But, now in the modern era, who knows how many Necronomicons? It could be,
because it's on demand now.
Yeah, on demand publishing from Amazon.
Penguin Press could be having those. You get Necronomicon on your Kindle now.
Satan was like, all right, Random House, you want this?
Scholastic House.
We'll get you Interview with the Vampire and this. Let's get this going. We'll get some paperbacks out there. You don't even have to put my book on hardback. I want everyone to have it now.
Same
I
deal
will
as
say this
Danielle Steele.
Necronomicon looked totally sweet, though. It didn't have the same sort of face or anything, but it had like this nice little field and line work to it. And then the pages looked freaking killer. Like way more detailed than anything we'd ever seen before.
I liked it, but I didn't. I missed the face.
I
Otherwise,
did too, to be fair.
I liked the hair clip. That
The teeth.
yes, I loved that. Like somebody was looking at his girlfriend's hair clip, or was looking at their hair clip, and was like, you know what? That looks just like teeth. What if you had to do this to open it up and it bit you, and that was the key to open the lock? It's like
The hair
that's-
clip lock.
yeah, like that's
I
kind of
don't
cool.
think that, no.
You're welcome. Dude, imagination, that's all it is. If you can imagine it, it's based on reality.
Plus, would kids touch a book with a human face on it? I don't know. That might be too scary for them.
I might have when I was a kid, but I saw Prophecy when I was well, no, actually I was 18 already when Prophecy came out.
Well, back up. You were just saying you were too much of a pussy to climb down an earthquake hole. Now you're grabbing a book with a face on it?
That's different. The only thing to worry about there is bacteria.
Well, you're worried about bacteria, but you'll touch a rotting flesh book.
If it's dry, that's one thing. If it's moist, no, there could be bacteria. Flesh eating.
That's oddly specific, Kevin. Thank you for
Yeah,
that.
as long as you've got gloves, I suppose, right?
No love.
Sanitizer.
You know, like a doggy bag kind of situation, and like, you know.
Put some moisturizer on the Necronomicon first. Okay, now we're good.
You look 10 years
Oil of
younger.
Olay.
Yeah.
They're gonna make
This
a
episode
hell of a
brought to you by
sponsor.
Jergens.
Jergens.
Can we bring up another picture? She's scaring me. She's scary.
Sorry.
It's an even scarier picture of her.
No.
There's something scarier. The four of us.
Yeah.
Golly though, you know what? I have issues with Robert Tappert. I do. He is single-handedly responsible for fucking up season 3 of Ash versus Evil Dead. No, I won't say
it was just him.
because he fired the goddamn showrunner and said, "You know what? I'm going to do it myself."
That sounds pretty bad. So
I mean, the best boy he wasn't putting in all the best work either.
He may not have
he
been,
was
but
the
you know
okay
what?
boy.
Yeah.
Tappert
Key grip,
was like
you don't know.
Key grip. The
You might
decent
have really
boy.
phoned it in.
No, but he and Sam Raimi have two very different views of what Evil Dead is. Sam's is more Ash, Three Stooges. Rob's is more Fede Alvarez in this version. It's much more cruel. There's no humor whatsoever. Everything is going to be scary. Everything is going to be painful. And this was produced by Rob. The other two had executive producer roles, but this was a much more hands-on Tappert production. And I didn't dislike it. I do like Rob. I truly do. But I just hate him for fucking up season 3 of Ash versus Evil Dead.
I like him, but I hate him. Fuck. He's a good guy, though. Good guy, though.
He's trying to give him some credit for this movie.
Like, I respect him, but I'm still going to kick him in the dick for that one thing.
You know,
Of
to that
course.
point, I have only ever seen the original first 3 movies, and then I've seen this one, and I was so like the last movie I had for reference in my head is Army of Darkness, and then I'm going into this, and I'm like, man, is this really what Evil Dead is about? Where's the quips? As much as I hate quips, you know, it's like where's the humor? You know, like you said, this is a very humorless movie, and it's pretty brutal, you know, and I can appreciate the fact that violence is part of it, but I'm just like, if we called this movie like just like family possession nightmare, you know, it would be just as effective. You know, I don't know if putting the Evil Dead moniker on it does much for it, to be honest with you.
I agree. And that was one of the things I had an issue with last night. I'm kind of like, because again, for the first 33 minutes, I'm like, this movie is not fucking interesting to me. Like, they are taking a plot and a trope that I don't fucking care about, and they're mixing it in with my IP. And then I'm thinking to myself, maybe I have to look at this from a different perspective. Maybe my IP is going to fix this fucking trope that I hate. And it did. I think it did. It was certainly a much better movie once the Necronomicon got read from.
I mean, when you compare it to Army of Darkness or even a lot in Evil Dead 2, yeah, the humor has gone a bit, but the first Evil Dead's not a laugh riot.
Not at
It's
all.
definitely
there's
dark.
no jokes.
Right. It's definitely dark and it's brutal. And so this is more a return to form. And I think that the universe has the ability to do both. I think there's a good there's a way to do a good balance of it. Like Army of Darkness might be a little too goofy. It's fun, but it might be just a little too silly. And I think that a universe of, decaying, rotting zombies, it should be allowed to be pretty violent and dark. And
Yes.
I still think there's humor in this. You just gotta be the kind of person that laughs at a kid dying, and if you think that's funny, then this brings some of the chuckles.
The boyfriend and his friend that got their arms ripped off, that was kind of funny.
Yeah. Right. Or the guy who's like, let go of my shotgun, He says it in a more crude way, I think.
They're cannon fodder. You're not supposed to feel bad for them. Their deaths are supposed to be over the top and interesting. My only problem with it, and again, we should wait for the next segment, is that segment occurred just way too fast.
Well, before you were bored for 30 minutes, and now this is happening too fast. Like,
well, yeah, I think what Kevin's kind of circling around to is with a lot of the good parts, there's always the stuff that there's always a but with it, because it starts off great for 3 minutes, but then we do a reset for the next 25 minutes. And then we get going for the story.
Let me defend the next 25 minutes, because I don't think those 25 minutes are bad. I
don't either, to be fair.
Beth is a strong character, a lead character who, we find out immediately is pregnant. So I think you've got a little bit of stakes in this person surviving. I don't think anyone wants to see a pregnant mother die. And then we're introduced to the whole other family, and the siblings are so fighting amongst each other, they're incredibly relatable. So you're going to attach to one of those siblings, whether it's, the jerk older one or the cute little one that talks about death. I think we're going to attach to one of them in some way or form. And, buying into at least one of them is what makes you care about what comes the last 90 minutes of the movie. So I think they get to the Necronomicon pretty quickly. And I think that 20 minutes sort of flies by. Everybody's kind of introduced. Here's their role in the family, and here's why you are interested in not seeing this entire family just get massacred. You want to see at least some of them survive.
My big regret out of the movie, out of the whole thing, it would have been worth it to me. The first 33 minutes would have been worth my time if the father of the baby would have been the brother-in-law. I'd have been like, because
she was somewhere else.
and the demon would have known that and been able to hang that over the chick's head and just taunt her with it. And I was waiting for the demon to do that, and it never happened. I was like, what a wasted opportunity.
But the demon gets her. Well, the demon gets her with Beth feeling she's a failure for having not had a family like her sister.
Yeah, being a groupie bitch and whatever.
Yeah. Of like, you wouldn't know what it's like to have a family. You wouldn't know what it's like to bring a child into the world. Like, she really twists the knife with that, the demon does. And that part of that's coming from the sister too. Like, that's not all demon. That's a demon that has read a person's mind and knows, how to twist the knife just right.
Especially at the very end when she's like, "You're afraid of being a failure, just like mommy."
Yeah. And I think if the sister-in-law had cheated with the prior husband, I think your desire to see her survive would have probably gone down. That's a scummy move.
Your esteem definitely takes a hit.
I didn't have the desire to see her survive.
What? No way. I want to see Beth survive. She's I don't know about her being a groupie, but she's a cool rock star, mom type who's sort of blazed her own path. She's done what she wants to. She probably could stand to be a better sister. But she's self-possessed.
there's nothing wrong with Beth, and she didn't do anything wrong. And the fact that she didn't do anything
You just
wrong
don't want to see her survive.
is okay. Yes, I just didn't.
She
want
didn't
to
do
see her
anything wrong,
survive.
but if she got ripped in half, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, and it's like if any of the 3 kids needed to live, I would have liked to see the middle sister or the older sister survive, not
Bridget?
the younger one.
No, I like the little girl surviving. That gives Beth the opportunity to grow in her new motherly role.
I like Cassie living at the end. My only thought was going the whole movie. I'm like, I bet she's going to be the one who walks out and she's traumatized for life after that because everybody else is dead and she witnessed everything.
Well, she would be the one who I would follow in the next story, if anything. If you're going to bring any of these characters back, it would be the youngest. I didn't mind the middle sister, but like most of the contention is between the brother and that sister. So like if you're going to dislike those siblings, it'll be those 2. And then you've got just the poor innocent little one. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's some version of the script where that youngest one doesn't survive and it tested poorly. And because there's killing kids and then there's killing kids. So I think that probably would not have flown so much. So I think it's understandable to have her as sort of the most innocent too. I mean, the Deadites don't do strongly when people are more innocent, right? That they have less power seemingly over those individuals. And so someone as young and sort of uncorrupted as her, I mean, if she gets possessed by a deadite and she's mean, like what would she be like? The other 2, when they're mean and cruel, it's almost an extension of who they were as living people too.
Yeah, in a way, they find the secrets, or the demons are able to pull out the secrets and twist the truth from people.
Yeah, it's an enhanced version of their worst parts of their personality.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of
Henrietta was a real bitch in life. People don't know that. Henrietta was a
He's good in the show.
I think the young girl's easier to manipulate too. So there's almost more value in her staying human, like getting her to open the door and stuff like that.
Candy.
Yeah, exactly. So, and now, have there ever been kid Deadites before this movie?
No, this was when they first introduced all that.
Oh, okay.
I thought them having the guts to kill at least, I mean, I guess they're teens, but still, I mean, you don't see movies kill off even teen or kid characters very much.
Not in a family context like that. Like if they were like at a summer camp, they're fair game, but very rarely do you see that in like at a
summer camp, they're at least like 18. These kids were like 14 and maybe 16, but
because one was driving at least.
Yeah, we used
like sleepaway camp. That's like a bunch of kids dying,
Yep.
Well, like there is precedent, but like I said, you just don't usually see it in the context of a whole family being terrorized and the children getting the brunt of it. That's not
especially in one location like this. It's not even a house; it's an apartment building in a giant high rise.
Yeah, well, that's what I liked is they kept the same isolated factor that they had with the cabin in the prior movies. But how do we put it in a city, right? It's like how can they be in the city but totally cut off from everyone?
Earthquake, the elevator's broken.
When they broke the stairs, I almost applauded. And when they shone the light down there, and I was like, "Oh, well done, well done." That is just like the bridge. I love it.
This is why everyone should keep a fire ladder in their home.
I do actually, but
yes,
very good point.
Not me though. I intend to die.
Yeah, you'll just jump. You'll be good.
and a grappling hook.
I will jump, but I'm going to scream out "Sic Semper Tyrannis."
I regret nothing.
Did you guys like the Bruce cameo? If you caught it, there's actually technically 2.
I missed it.
Has it got to be an action figure or something on TV?
I actually played it at the beginning of the show at the very last clip where it's destroy it. It's called the Book of the Dead for a reason. That was Bruce Campbell.
Oh, is his voice on
he's on the voice on the vinyl. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's neat.
Oh, that distinctive Bruce Campbell voice.
And it's basically implied, and even Lee Cronin, the director, basically said it is technically Ash Williams from 1923, inferring that there was another time travel segment that Ash Williams had.
Oh, I could get behind Evil Dead in the 20s. That would be fun.
That would be cool.
Everyone's
That would
jitterbugging.
The
Yep.
Tommy guns and stuff is gonna be great.
Ooh, I
Right?
think
See? That's what I'm talking about.
Like
That would
the
totally
mob
work for me.
versus the Deadites.
yeah, it's basically just time splitters, but with dead.
Yeah.
There we
yeah.
go.
Ash in a speakeasy.
Mhm.
The other one is a Foley effect. He crunches an apple for the eye getting chewed out of that dude's face.
How was I supposed to know that?
Oh, I know.
Did you hear
Nobody
that
knew-
eye?
I never knew that. It's
That's
the
Bruce
director that
Campbell
told
biting
us.
an apple for sure. I know that anywhere. I've heard
If
it.
you
Right.
know that, you
Getting
watch
an
the movie
apple.
again, you're going to be like, okay, all right, that's a
Okay.
Bruce thing. Great.
How do you like them apples?
Oh.
Yep.
I need to go back and listen to the audio recording. Like I totally missed his voice saying that.
I'll send you the clip.
I just listen to the show when it comes out. It'll be
Just
fine.
watch the movie again.
Yeah, Kevin.
You've got
I-
time.
I am so on the fence of whether or not I want to buy this. I'm sure I should, but I'm just kind of like, did I like this movie? I don't know.
Literally wait till Black Friday. It's probably going to be like $10 or less.
Buy
left.
it used from Book Off.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
go
true.
I'm gonna go ahead and say don't buy it because I don't think you'll watch it again. I really don't.
He's
They
just
did-
saying that to get your goat. Don't fall.
No,
for
no,
it.
no. I'm serious. Like I just don't see this movie having a particularly high replay value unless you're
Unless
like
you
a
have HBO
really,
Max.
really,
I
really
do.
committed
Watch it
Evil
there.
Dead fan. But
Which you
like
are.
I don't know.
Like I love the 2013 version so much.
I have to rewatch it. I've only seen that one once.
And this, I want to say this is a good comparison to it, but it's not a good competitor to it. Like I don't think it has the cruelty factor and maliciousness that the 2013 Evil Dead had. But it's still really good. Like I was not unentertained past the 33-minute mark. From 33 minutes on for the next hour, I was a happy clam.
Let me stand up for the maliciousness and cruelty because again, as we mentioned, they kill off some teens, they kill off a mom, and then the mom is running around trying to kill her own children and her sister for the rest of the movie. Whereas a lot of Evil Dead sometimes there's a couple, right? But a lot of times who they're trying to kill are total strangers who they just met in the woods a few hours ago, which is like, it's not that hard to kill a total stranger. We've all done it. So I think, right. I think trying to kill someone you know and love like that is its own cruelty. And the way that they know each other and, like I said, can twist the knife and make jabs. I think there's tons of spite and cruelty. And I thought this movie really didn't hold back in what it wanted to do. I don't think it went over the top with it, but like by killing a little girl probably would have been a little too much. But, like Beth's got to kill her sister and, they let the sister kind of show herself a little bit at the end just before she, push her through the wood chipper thing. That's there's a lot of cruelty to it. I think they're malicious because of how close the relationship with all the characters is.
Sure.
I think that's what makes it very malicious and cruel.
Yes. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
But is it crueler than the 2013 version? That was his point.
I don't remember that movie enough.
I would say
but
no. I mean, the pure concepts of mother and the children and everything, that's terrifying in and of itself. But 2013 is more the style movie of the original Evil Dead, Cabin in the Woods, Necronomicon, all out there, more what you're familiar with. So, and then they go hardcore into, the
needles in the eye,
the suicidal ideation, the alcohol, like everybody's got problems. And it feels more, it gets under your skin rather than being in your face like this movie does.
Ah, okay. I can appreciate that distinction.
Unless you're
But
watching
it is
NPR,
exceedingly
in your face.
gnarly with the gore and everything. Like the tongue and the razor scene, I swear to God, was like, oh wow,
like
that's rad.
We're doing
How
this
do you
today.
clean your razors?
Oh God. Yeah. Okay. So, my major takeaway from the show so far is I am not going to watch the 2013 version. That's my takeaway. Jeez, it sounds.
It's way more hardcore than this one, to be fair.
This is a pretty good mixture of the 2013 version and Ash versus Evil Dead. They have very forced quips that are from the originals, but it does have exceeded or excessive violence. So I'm like, yeah, okay. It's not as funny, but it does have that.
Well, it doesn't hit the campy level that everybody's used to from Army of Darkness.
Ah,
and
for
Evil Dead
sure.
2.
It definitely does not get to that.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, are we still talking about things we like?
I think so. Yes.
Okay, because you know what part I really liked? I liked that whole bit where they're watching all the action through the peephole, and you kind of get that fisheye lens thing, and like he's walking by with the shotgun, and they're coming back and forth and stuff. That I liked. I thought that was pretty clever.
I liked it, but at the same time, I didn't. Like, it was so cool to see. It was a neat segment, but they should have had like 12 more people for her to kill then, because like most of them were killed unceremoniously outside of the ring, and that's okay. That made that scene cool because it's like sexiness. Sexiness isn't what you see; it's what you don't see. Sometimes
you just want to see the mess afterwards, right, Kevin? Because that's what we got.
Like sex.
Oh God.
Yeah, and the smell.
Smell-o-vision would have probably increased this whole movie. Yeah.
Oh God,
man.
yuck. Sweat, anger, and shame. But
That's the name of Maynard's autobiography.
I wish there would have been a higher body count. That was my thing from that scene. But the whole scene of her killing and the segment through the peephole was pretty marvelous.
It's cool in a home theater or in the theater itself. The sound editing in that sequence is phenomenal. You hear him stomping down the hallway and then coming back, and then you hear something in the back of the apartment. It's like, holy crap.
Yeah, because you know what? I am totally cool hearing that shit in 3D sound. I just didn't want to have to, locked onto my face.
Yeah.
I liked her singing on the other side of the peephole, right? Where, that's when she's singing the lullaby again.
So how do you actually kill Deadites then? Do you just have to behead them or just completely?
No, you dismember them completely.
Dismember them completely, huh?
Yep.
Why was there a wood chipper in the garage? Did they?
The guy who had the shotgun, he owned a truck that did landscaping and whatnot like that.
Oh, okay.
Since you brought up that point, I'll bring up the bad. Why was there a wood chipper in the building?
I just told you that. The point is,
first time I watched the movie, I was like, where'd the hell the wood chipper come from? I don't remember that. It is there at the beginning, and he does mention my truck and my business is downstairs to break through to get to the fire escape ladder.
Yeah. Now, has anyone ever seen a fucking tree in LA big enough to fucking require
Of course not, because that guy's cutting them all down and chipping them all up. And you've ever been to the park, there's wood chips all over the place by the bush. Where do you think those just fall out of the sky? There's a man selling them. You know how much it would take to import that wood from another city or state in there?
He's a Botswana lumberjack.
Expensive. And he's never had a job. So I mean, is it? I don't know that it's definitely not impossible. Is it improbable? Maybe. But it being there did serve its purpose. I mean, it's kind of similar like in Evil Dead 2. I mean, that chainsaw is probably not working. Like, who's been there in the last time? Who's been running that chainsaw? Those things take a lot of maintenance and oil. You can't just like leave one sitting on a shelf for years and years and then rev it up.
Even 1 year is tough.
Yes, exactly.
I know. I have one.
Oh, you gotta prime it. You gotta get the oil.
Exactly.
It's like an oil gas mixture,
But we let it go because we've already accepted a book with flesh on all over its face. So I didn't have a problem with the wood chipper.
What would be the Maynard Banks top 5 things to throw a deadite in that's not a wood chipper that would make sense to be in LA?
The ghetto?
Gosh. A garbage truck. But it wouldn't be down in there, but in a garbage truck you could crush them with that.
That would work.
Compactor at the salvage yard.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, but you got to get to a salvage yard. So, like, what you could move and put into that space, a wood chipper is pretty top notch. I mean, closest you could have there is you had those kids that were going to go out to the lake later, right? What if they had a little motor boat there on the back of the trailer, and you could lift the propeller out of the engine?
I like that.
I don't got a whole top 5 though. That's a lot. You know, those
so
take hours to put together. You know,
sure they do. They
platypus, push one into a platypus.
Nope. You're flailing. So you have the pontoon boat with the double engines. They both get revved up, and you push them into it. I think that makes more sense than a wood chipper in LA.
But you'd have to be at Pyramid Lake for that, because
they're about to go to the lake.
Yeah, they're gonna go to the lake, but that parking garage, I don't think you would take your. I don't think. When I lived in the city, I never saw anyone with a boat on a trailer, as if they were gonna go out to the lake later. You
never saw a wood chipper either.
Yeah, I did. They're not laying around everywhere. But.
I see wood chippers all the time, but I live in fucking Oregon, so
it's the land of wood.
And the last time I saw a scene like that was the Silent Night remake a few years ago.
Oh yeah,
where the Santa threw somebody into the wood chipper, and my wife was like, "I'm never watching these movies with you again." I'm like, "Okay."
She loved Fargo, though.
That was cool. What are you talking about?
Maybe there could have been a table saw down there. The man was an aspiring carpenter. I don't know.
Chop saw.
Yeah,
Santa's making toys.
Anyway, though, I mean, at least feasibly there could be a wood chipper there. I'll concede it, but it is just kind of like random. It's
improbable, but not impossible.
Yeah, exactly.
Like an earthquake knocking out the entire flight of stairs. And those buildings generally have 2 flights of stairs on each side. Yes. So,
especially if it was formerly a bank, an office.
Yeah. And
there's usually a fire escape.
Would not be just out of one apartment. Yeah, it was only accessible out of one apartment.
And they were trying to break in, and it was all padlocked up. That was kind of funny. I'm like, what the hell's in that apartment?
Another Necronomicon, actually. The other wood chipper.
Would have been funny if they broke in and it was like Ash Williams' former apartment or something. Bunch of Shemp's beer everywhere.
Does anyone say groovy in this movie?
No.
No, I think
we're gonna put that in the bad category.
No, again, I think straying away from the campy. I think it's the right thing to do, if only just to distinguish yourself, here in the franchise. Like, this franchise has already done Goofy, and it's done it better than you're probably going to be able to do it. So let's not try.
Yeah, but then they still made the callbacks. Like in this scene here, she's like, "Come get some."
I'll give you that. I didn't like that. And the big things not big things. There's little things I didn't like. I didn't like the Deadites saying like "swallow your soul" and "dead by dawn." Like, because to me the Deadites are a large group of demons, and they're not all the same, and so they wouldn't all say the same thing necessarily. I don't know if that's a catchphrase. Like, guys, remember, when you possess someone, tell them all they're going to be dead by dawn. That's very important. That's our whole thing. God damn it!
And it has to be in unison. Let's go.
It's nothing without the swallow your soul. It's nothing. So, like, I would have been cool with them trying something else. Something else they all chant. That's fine, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that same thing. So to me, that was like, we got to do that Easter egg kind of callback. We have to get that in, and I didn't think they needed.
They could have chanted, "You're not groovy."
Yeah,
right, yeah.
You're not groovy. See, I love fan service, like the Ghostbusters movies. I know we talked about that a few weeks ago, but like the fan service that they packed into that, I was so there for all of it. I was not there for any of it in this. I really was not. Like, it was very forced. It was not done right. Like, it just didn't have the same spirit to it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna pull away, you got to pull away. It's like you can't have one foot on the dock and one in the boat, because then you fall into the wood chipper.
A little bit. Well, I don't see her telling her sister, "Come get some."
I agree, and the reason I think it works in Ghostbusters and not here is in Ghostbusters it's largely the same people. Right,
Yes.
they're
Yeah,
returning.
that's a
You
good
know,
point
if
too,
if
yeah.
Ash was somehow back here and he was the super of the building or something, he might still say, "Come get some," you
Right,
know.
and that's okay.
Right, but these totally unrelated, unconnected characters, I don't think they would.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Again, like you said, Beth was a decent character, but she said nothing like that or showed no personality like that prior in the film. So you're just kind of like, that
Mhm.
seems very forced and out of place.
Mm.
I'd like to suggest her having a shotgun. He's even well, I know it was the other guy who owned it. I suggest that as less likely than him owning a wood chipper in LA, because the way gun laws are in LA, one a shotgun is for more like hunting. It's a rural weapon. You know, it's very impractical. It's not something you would keep for home safety in LA. He'd have a handgun, sure. But he
That
wouldn't
was
have a shotgun.
Unless it was Beverly Hills in the tent cities there.
that particular shotgun is more or less for home invasion and skeet shooting, whichever you prefer.
But an apartment is so small, right? Like that. I think the spray of it would be very impractical. I'm not, again, I don't think it's impossible for someone to own, but I think it's pretty improbable that this guy would have it for those purposes.
I would have
Unless
thought he
he's
had a
going
44 or
out.
something, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a handgun would be fine, something like that. You know, unless he's the type of guy that leaves the city a lot with his wood chipper to go out
Deep
into
in
the
those
more...
LA woods to chop down.
Well,
the
there
trees.
are. You don't have to leave that far to get into some woodlands.
That's true. Pasadena.
You could drive to Vegas in less than a day. So
And take their
shit.
trees. They need them. There's not a lot
take
there.
their cactuses. Why not?
Oh,
Oh my
imagine putting
God.
a cactus through the wood chipper and like the needles came out in like a shotgun blast. Like yeah.
And a porcupine blasted you.
Right, exactly.
Now I want to go play Final Fantasy. the cactar. Sorry, that's one of my new decks on Magic, and I'm kicking ass with them.
Nice.
See, no one's playing Spider-Man.
It's because it's not on Arena.
Spooderman is though.
Oh, they got Avatar coming out next month, and I'm like, oh, I could not care less about that. I could not. I'm like, I'll just skip that shit and just, yeah.
Avatar: The Last Airbender or Avatar James Cameron?
The Last
Avatar James
Airbender.
Well, I think they're ready for Avatar James Cameron. They're ready.
Oh God!
They could have
The
the,
movie
they could have
nobody's
the
gonna
mecha
remember, but they're all gonna
vehicles.
see.
That'd be fun.
The dragon that you can ride.
Yeah, but your creature's got to get connected to it, which is what, soul bond? Is that they basically
Hey.
bring back soul bond for that? Okay.
Oh my
Man, we're giving this away for free. What
I
the
know.
hell?
I'm ready to create this whole set. I'm ready for it. It'd be sweet. You soul bond with one of those flying birds. Your creature gets flying. Hell yeah, we're ready.
But honestly, I don't think there was a whole lot that was terrible about this movie at all.
There were some
Like-
things that were off, some plot holes. For me, what I felt was off was just the setting kind of threw me a little bit. Doesn't mean I didn't like it. It's just it felt very foreign to what we're used to out of this franchise. And some of the characters, they did take some time for me to be like, is this a decent character or is this just kind of cardboard cutout here? What you think a family is like. So it was a little jarring at times, but the editing is really good. The pacing is pretty sweet. I actually think it moves along pretty good at a good clip once it gets
Agreed.
rolling. To Kevin's point, about 30 minutes in is when all hell totally breaks loose after the opening. And from that point forward, it's nonstop all the way to the end.
Yeah, but
You're
I
not
wouldn't
waiting
want
too
it
long for
coming
death.
out of the gate like that. I'm glad that it gets a little bit rolling. I'm glad. I think it's paced. I think its pacing is one of its strengths. Now, I agree with you on the setting. I think it feels forced because I think they're like, how do we isolate a family, but not do another cabin, not do another middle of nowhere? And they're like, that's where they're like, oh, we'll do the high rise and everything will collapse. You know, and it's like, well, how do you get to collapse? Oh, an earthquake, you know, and that's how we can discover the Necronomicon. So some of that feels very attenuated to me and kind of strange, but it lands anyway with how it does. But I do think it feels a little unnatural and was just done to be like, oh, here's how we can make it different.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of in alignment with you guys. There's nothing terrible, nothing really like truly awful, but to me, all of it is just kind of mid to good. Like, there's no standout moment that, like, if I'm scrolling through Netflix in 10 years and this movie pops up, I doubt I'll remember anything from it. I won't say, oh, that's the movie with, well, it just is a hypothetical here. If I were to,
With the wood chipper scene.
maybe just because we've talked about it so much now. Yeah, but like there's just to me there's just kind of nothing to latch onto here. And like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the franchise, so maybe it does a good job of paying respect to the franchise. I think if you lop Evil Dead off of the title, like it's the same exact movie. Like it doesn't lose or gain anything for being Evil Dead, except
Rise is a terrible title.
Well, you know what I mean though. They won't lose anything. Though, like I say, you call it like Family Possession Nightmare. It's the
terrible
same.
name.
It's the same, but it's the same exact movie, though. You see my point?
Yeah.
Like so, like yeah, I'm with you guys. Like I didn't. There's nothing I really hated. You know what I mean? And like we kind of talked about how the first scene was a little confusing because you're kind of waiting for the shoe to drop, and it never does. But the rest of it's remarkably straightforward, and it's a remarkably short movie, which is nice in this day and age as well. So. Yeah, but it's just really straightforward. I don't know how it's so highly reviewed. I definitely think it's laurels. Yeah, I think the laurels are a bit excessive, and I think that's probably where the Evil Dead part of it comes in. I think that it gets a little extra bump for having Evil Dead in the title, whereas if it was the same exact movie and not called Evil Dead, probably we would see more scores more reflective to the actual quality of the movie. But that's
you said it's a short movie, and really it's an hour 40, so it's pretty much a full length film, and I think that speaks to the pacing.
Everything under 2 hours, everything under 2 hours is short.
But that beginning and ending, though, those were I really believe those were after shoots. People saw the test screening and said, you know what? It's just they're not happy with the beginning and the end. It takes too long to get going. Get something going there at the beginning.
There was a Kevin there who said he wanted more of a body count. And they're like, well, add a couple people to get their scalps ripped off at the beginning. And they did.
Yeah. And then and
a bloody scene that comes flying out of the water.
And at the end, they're like, oh, shit, we forgot about that. Oh, fuck, just have her getting into the car. Yeah. Yeah. Just like we did with the Thing remake. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if the Deadites just able to possess her, why didn't it just possess Beth then? Is there something I was missing? Like you can't possess the person who kills you or something? Because it seemed like to become a Deadite, you had to get in. Like, well, first of all, the first one, the mom, they just take over, right? But then when she's able to damage people, that turns them into Deadites, kind of like the zombie trope. But then at the end, the Deadite spirit, I suppose, just goes into the cabin lady. So, like, what are the rules for Deadite possession? And are they abundantly clear in this movie? And I just wasn't paying attention.
Well, it's also in the original trilogy. If you get bitten, you get scratched, anything by a Deadite. If you don't take care of that limb right away, you turn into one.
All right.
Yeah, it'll get infected. And
how does the first person get possessed? And then how is the cabin lady able to get possessed at the end of this movie then?
That's an excellent question for the end.
So the first person gets infected because the demon is summoned by the book or the recitation of the words from the book. And then when all is said and done and all the bodies are gone, the demon has nothing left to jump into, but it is still there. And when the last person shows up, that's where the demon jumps into. And that's where you see that at the end of Evil Dead 1, where Ash is the last person there and the demon jumps back into him. He's fought and battled it to the end, but even though he won, the demon's got to get into something and it jumps into him automatically.
So why didn't the demon take over Beth? That would have made more sense,
question.
I think. Yeah.
Lazy writing.
But then it would have been a better callback to the first one if Ash got taken over by. I don't know.
That's what happened.
Maybe
in
that's why they didn't do it. Okay, so I'm not crazy. They were just made a weird decision.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk too, I mean, as far as crazy, I mean, we see the Deadite that possesses the girls at the beginning goes out there in the full sunlight. But my memory of like Evil Dead 2, the sun hurts the possessed Deadite. It's what forces them out of Ash.
Yes.
is the sun coming up. So they shouldn't be able to be out there on the lake in a sunny day doing what they're doing.
And he comments on that on season 2 of Ash versus Evil Dead, where he's like, sunlight kills them. Well, at least I thought it was supposed to kill them. It killed them once. It helped once. And I guess it didn't work after that. No.
Because in the first one, it's daylight and he's escaping the cabin and he gets attacked by the demon. So the rules are in both Evil Dead 1 and 2. Sunlight can do damage, doesn't always do damage. May kill him, may not kill him. Depends on which demons got summoned.
What if it's only the first dawn's light that hurts them? Like the rising of the sun that can hurt them, but not full
Evil Dead Dawn.
Right, because that's why they need you dead by dawn, because the dawn's early light is what really harms them. But they can go out any other time they want. So
would be.
What's so proudly we hailed.
The Deadites salute and explode.
That would be so funny.
Pledge of allegiance! Pledge of allegiance! Who knew we were going to get political tonight?
I did.
Golly, you know what? I didn't dislike this. I didn't. But I didn't like it either. I'm so on the fence with it.
You're kind of in the middle.
Yeah, like
I liked it. I'm firmly on the
Maynard.
like side. I liked it. Is there's some obviously some nitpicky stuff that we did. Yes, it could have possessed her at the end. That's kind of a bummer though. So I'm okay with them. I also would have been okay with them possessing her and then her going out into the sunlight to fight it and knock it out. But if you're just going to end it happy and end her not possessed, like whatever, the demon decided not to go into Beth and to, go in and wait for this other person and get further and exist longer. Like whatever. The effects were all great. I thought the performances of everyone were pretty strong. I thought it was reasonably gory and violent while really trying to be. If 2013 is a love letter to the franchise, I think this is trying to be kind of a mainstream entering point, jumping off point,
kind of like a reboot
to invite people into the franchise. Like this is kind of what this is about.
This ain't your dad's Evil Dead.
Oh God,
Yeah.
that's the tagline.
Well, I would agree with
Evil
Dylan.
Dead.
This feels more like a reboot than the 2013 version did.
Yeah.
The 2013 felt more like a sequel to the original. This feels more like a reboot. Like let's bring it into the modern age. It's not offensive. It's not bad. It's not lacking in any way. I would compare it. No, I wouldn't compare it to Texas Chainsaw Massacre because that was a really good remake. But it's in the same vein where you kind of like, okay, this makes sense for this modern era, and I'm enjoying this. So like they have done a lot worse reboots for a lot better franchises, I think. This one,
that's fair, yeah.
This is pretty good for what it is. I couldn't complain. And I'm looking at a 6.5 stars out of 10 for IMDb, and it's kind of like, did I agree with that last night? Nah, not for the first 25, 30 minutes. No, but golly, afterwards, maybe I do. Maybe I think it goes 7.5. I don't know. I pretty much enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think it's about a 6.
But I didn't at the same time.
You're the Transylvanian judge, though, Schlenzo.
No, but because that's my issue with it. It's so middling. It's just like it doesn't do any one thing particularly well. I think the strongest piece of the movie is the mother as the Deadite, which is obviously a very important part of the movie. Don't get me wrong, because I mean, if she was bad, the whole thing falls apart. But I thought the rest of the performances were very stock and wooden, and I just think the actual premise, it's just like, okay, it's a possession movie. I'm not seeing what exactly makes it a special Evil Dead-y, and again, I'm not wedded to the franchise to begin with anyway. So I'm like, I was open to the idea that maybe I was, maybe I was missing some things, but it sounds like I guess I wasn't. So yeah, I mean, like, it's just a very serviceable possession movie, but again, you're not going to remember anything about it, and I don't see any compelling reason to go back and rewatch
No.
it. You know, like
No,
there's
I disagree. I remember. I don't remember where I first saw it, but I remembered everything about the mother. I remembered the kids and them dying and turning into cruel deadites themselves. I remembered all of that.
Cheese shredder.
Well,
know,
I don't know if I believe
I
you,
didn't
Kenny.
remember the wood chipper at all.
I'm
Actually,
going to quiz
I
you.
did forget that.
I'm going to quiz you in 3 years about this movie, and we'll see exactly what you remember.
I will be dead by then.
By
It
dawn.
was nice working with you.
The cheese shredder was cool. Like, who hasn't thought about that? And that's always been an ideal horror kill. So the fact that they did that was totally cool. The fact that they did that in CGI was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
There was an
cheese
overabundance
grater
of
attack?
CGI, and
Oh, okay.
like there was an overabundance of CGI in this movie, and that is absolutely what you do not want in an Evil Dead picture.
I don't think you want it in horror at all because I think the uncanny there takes away. It's a different kind of revulsion than you're trying to get. I can
and
understand
it will never age well. That's the other thing too. It
Yeah,
will never age well.
Yeah.
The way the blood looks, practical effects blood, is it's real. You understand it. It coagulates like real blood does, or at least it looks like it does.
Tastes the same.
It's viscous.
Viscous. It's got that congenials. But when you get the CGI, you're just like it doesn't look right. It doesn't reflect proper. The lighting isn't good. I didn't appreciate it. And I know they only had a budget that fit so many gallons of blood in this movie, and when they used it, it was great. But they used so much CGI blood, and it didn't look good. I didn't care for it.
Yeah, the CGI that really stood out to me is the one that you have on the screen. Is when they're all kind of formed and morphed together.
When they do the thing.
Yeah. And again, I hate to keep bringing that up, but I hated the 2011 version of The Thing. Like, it was awful.
Ooh,
and
yeah,
they
not good.
I was fine with the story, but yeah, the effects were where they
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's supposed to be an effects feature. You know what I mean? No one goes to the Thing for the story. So
right.
Well, it looks terrible compared to 1981, where you're like, oh my God. Like, yes, that's not real looking, but oh my God. Like that.
I know.
Tummy just bit his hands off.
I mean, the Deadites don't look real in like, Evil Dead 2 and etc. But like it still feels like something is there, and so
something physical. Yeah.
Right.
Actually, I just rewatched Pumpkinhead the other day, and like it's such a good creature effect. I mean, yeah, you could definitely tell it's not real, but like that the fact that it's in camera and doing things, that's like the wide shot at the beginning where he's watching it kill the guy through the window.
Oh,
like
God.
That's excellent, And
like Kevin said, the light is always real looking, right? The light, the shadows it casts are right. The way
silhouette
the light bounce off of it is
very
all
important.
right there. And you always know there's some artisan who has put time into their craft, who's there on set and being employed and putting their part into it. And you can feel that kind of energy. Versus somebody who is not on set, sitting off on a computer weeks or months later, coding something.
With the exception of Life of Pi, that is beautiful CGI.
I didn't see it. Didn't have any robots, I don't think.
That was pretty good, actually.
Is that the one that had the tiger?
You watch movies with robots all the time. That can't be your metric.
I like Lost in Space. Does that count?
With those CGI Spideys? Maybe.
Yeah. That's one we got to do
Matt
on
LeBlanc.
Reels one day. It's
on our wish list.
It's got to.
That one. No.
Yeah, that's the one you're talking about. That's the one you're talking about.
I was talking about the TV show.
The Irwin Allen TV show, obviously, but too bad. Yeah. Oh, the pain of it all.
I remember watching the remake in the movie theater when it came out, and I was kind of like, this is awful. Why am I here? I have school in the morning. Why am I watching this bullshit at midnight?
I thought it was cool, and I had all the toys.
We'll see. I think it will get its Reels day, so we'll see if the bad effects.
It's got William Hurt and Gary Oldman. Come on.
And those cool space spiders.
Exactly.
Space spiders.
And
Certainly
it does
better
have
than the
that
new
weird-
show they came out with.
Did they
The
do
new
a
show wasn't
Yeah, they
bad.
did do a new show. I
Oh,
didn't
was
hate that.
it?
We're talking about this. We're trying to make our judgment, and we're
sorry,
using the
sorry.
misspelling, which I appreciate.
Welcome to 0-Point Reviews.
That's why we call it 0-Point reviews. We always have to reel ourselves back in.
Yep.
Fair enough.
I'm giving it some points. I gave it 7.
You know who taught us that was Frank and Trace. Like, 'cause
Oh.
remember Movie Sign with the Mads? They would, if the movie was bad, they would talk about everything good about the movie except for the movie. And that's how I learned how to review movies. So, but I did enjoy this one, so I apologize for the
Kevin, did you have
CGI
a
for this.
score?
I'm going to give this one a 6. I'm going to drop it because there's a lot of CGI in this. Would I have said 7.5 because it's an Evil Dead picture and it's very cruel and very violent and a little imaginative? Yes, I would have. But for the amount that they dropped it down with the CGI and with the forced fanfare with the quips and shit like that, I would bring it down to a 6. And that's not to insult it, because again, for me, anything above a 5 is entertaining. If you dip below a 5 or 5.5, I'm not entertained.
I have seen some movies that are 2s that are very entertaining.
2 might be pushing
so
it,
far.
man. I do think you could get entertaining in 3 to 4, though, if we're looking at a 10 scale. So
And even then, that should be a
Yeah.
5. Like, if you're entertained, that's a 5. That's the middle of the road. Like,
I'm
it could
entertained
be
by a car
awful.
crash. That doesn't make it great.
That depends upon the crash, man. Come on.
Not if you're in the car.
Well, yeah, that's different.
There you go.
So-
I'm giving it a 7 because I do like the franchise. I like that this would be a great introduction for some people who are not into the franchise. Something that makes them maybe want to go see the rest of the movies.
Yeah.
I'm taking it down, from a 10 into a 7 because of all that CGI stuff, because of the kind of unnecessary quips, that sort of stuff. But I think it moves at a great clip. I'm never bored. Like, even at the beginning when you guys didn't like those 20 minutes, I'm trying to get to know the characters a bit. So I think I can give 20 minutes to a character. Like, go ahead, that's fine. So I'm never bored. I think it moves well. Yes, there should have been nothing but practical effects. 100% agree with that. So that's where it lost some points. But the story, I don't think there's anything really wrong with it because it's just so straightforward. It doesn't go off the rails somewhere crazy and do something silly.
Yeah.
And it has the guts to kill off some characters that I wouldn't have thought that it would have. And so I like this. I'm going to.
I thought the teenage daughter was going to be the survivor because it would have been so cliche. So I'm giving it a 6 to, maybe a 5.75. And basically for all the reasons already stated. If you like the genre, you're going to like this movie. It's remarkably straightforward. But to me, it's just forgettable with subpar performances, with the exception of the mother, So I would tell people that, yeah, if you like this kind of movie, see it. But I just don't see it being one that I would revisit, and it's just something I don't think a lot of people are going to be talking about in a couple years. I just don't think it's going to have any lasting power, So I think it's going to fade away into obscurity, and then in like 15 years, we're going to have the stupid internet barbarians come up saying, actually, Evil Dead Rise is the best Evil Dead. And it's like, okay, yep, that's exactly what's going to happen. So we'll be ready for it when it does.
I think the next movie will ultimately be the telling point on whether this is working or not, and how well if they stick to the same kind of model and formula of this one, and that one doesn't do so great or is not taken to by many people, I think it's going to ultimately fall back to maybe we need to not do Evil Dead anymore. Or maybe we go back to the drawing board and start talking to what did work with Evil Dead or Ash versus Evil Dead. So, and to your point, Dylan, like there are some performances in this that I think are just kind of like there. I think for the most part, they all certainly try, and there is some talent in there, but they're still young actors. I think Cassie did a pretty good job of all the kids, to be fair. The other two, I was like, the brother was fine. The sister was just kind of like, I don't really get you. But for the most part, I enjoy the movie. I get a kick out of it. I'm gonna be more with Rob on the score though, with a 7. But I'm not gonna go any higher than that though. I like the movie. I don't love it though.
I
So
would.
our combined total, we are averaging a 6.5. I feel that's very
Yep.
fair.
6.15 with your 5.75.
I didn't actually go with the 5.75.
Goddamn bell curve.
Okay, just give it the 6. Like I said, because it's serviceable. I feel it accomplished all of its goals. You know,
Yeah.
it's just kind of middling. Like I just don't think it did anything exceptional. You know, that's where I'm coming down.
It stayed in its lane.
I do like.
I knew a man who would have congratulated a movie for such a thing.
I did. I gave it a 6. That's a great score for a movie.
And I blame Tappert for that. Rob has.
You blame Tappert for everything.
I fucking do.
You blame him for marrying Lucy.
He's a
Wallace
great guy,
to this
though. He's a
day.
real good guy. Loaned me $100 a couple of weeks ago. I'd do anything for him, but fuck him to death.
For this one thing. Fuck him. No, he knows what Evil Dead requires, what it needs. He has a checklist of what needs to happen. And I don't want to say he's as like strict as say the Kennedy regime for Star Wars and what they require in a feature, but certain things have to happen. And the fact that they shoved so much in, I'm kind of like, please, Rob, please tell me that they just did that as an homage and you didn't require that. I don't want to believe that.
He's the godfather of my kids. He gave me one of his kidneys, but he could just drop dead.
Because of that one fucking thing.
You know what? The fact that Kelly wasn't Ash's daughter, yes, fuck him.
God.
So is the next one definitely happening? They're definitely doing a sequel to
Oh,
this?
yeah.
or
Finished
is it-
shooting.
Okay.
Yep, it's coming out in March, I think.
I believe so.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
don't
think you're right. I think that will tell whether or not this is going to work, kind of like the new Halloween trilogy, where it really
Oh,
really fell apart really fast. So we'll see.
No, it falls apart in the third one. I
I'm
like
sorry.
the second one.
I
I,
know you
love
do.
when the mob goes after Michael Myers. That's like the correct thing to happen. Like,
I like the second one, but
I
you can
agree.
tell where they took the second and the third one, and they basically took the ending that was supposed to be for kills and threw it at the end of Halloween Ends, because everything from like the back third of Halloween Kills to like the first 2/3 of Halloween Ends is some made up bullshit that David Gordon Green decided, oh, we're in the middle of COVID. Let's just do a whole other story with characters we know nothing to fuck about. And so fuck Halloween. Let's get
All
it
right.
over with.
I want to be on the record. I thought it went off the rails in the first one of the new ones too. So
no, her whole
Yeah.
house was a trap, and I love
So
that one.
stupid.
Oh,
The
and
big
you're
question
forgetting
is Rob
Halloween-
Zombie entries. What you think of those? That's more telling.
I don't even remember them enough to comment. I'd have to rewatch. It's my
Good man.
understanding that the
Good
second
answer.
one
I
is
was
bad.
pretty
but-
much fine with 2 until Rob Zombie's wife shows up, and it's like, God damn it, can you stop putting her in these things?
She's long dead in the first one.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't mind her in the first one. She was mostly just stripped, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, who could complain? I liked the Halloween movie, the first one. The second one, like the first the first half hour was a swerve, and I totally appreciated that.
I love the fire.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. When all the firemen are, when Michael Myers got to kill all those firemen, that part's dope.
Oh,
Dude, those guys
In
should have been able
Kills,
to.
that was some
Yeah.
shit. And everyone
That
got
was
so
cool, though.
offended. Like
It
my
was
ex-wife was like, "You can't kill firemen." I'm like, "That's right, you can't," and he did.
Yeah, it's like the unwritten rule, like the teens.
Yep.
Like
Whatever
I
they
was so
did.
happy.
You killed the first responders. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I bought the first two. I did not get kills or ends. Like I
The
was like,
problem
"No,
with Ends is it should have been about Michael Myers passing the mantle to that new kid, and that Michael Myers was somehow a possessed person whose possession had been passed on to a whole new person. And that seemed to be what the whole movie was about until it wasn't, until
Yeah.
it was just like, oh yeah, Michael is killing again. What? Like, I thought this is the new Michael. Like the ends never ends. The evil never dies. It just goes on to another generation and gets carried on, but they didn't do that.
That's why I say they made up something in between being stuck with COVID and splitting it into 2 different movies.
Once again,
You
there's
could
a
totally
good script.
feel that whole story being like, let's push it in there and we get a second movie out of it. Let's go.
There's a good version of that script lying around somewhere that's just not made. It's just
Yeah,
really
I don't
what
think
the
there
fuck.
is. I think you
There
got it
is.
right at Maynard.
As far-
No, there isn't. I don't.
If it was
think they're
written
that
by
smart.
David Gordon Green, I
just
suspect
don't think
not.
that's smart. I think you're giving him way too much credit.
I just don't know how they would have missed that point.
'Cause
That would
at
be the whole
some point-
reason that kid would be there.
At some point, one of these good scripts that you think is laying around would have to get picked up at some point, wouldn't it?
You would think.
Yeah, I just saw Good Boy.
I mean,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, I
maybe.
still need to see that.
It starred a good boy.
no, because we were just
good boy.
here's a real story. We were just talking about National Treasure Book of Secrets, and Maynard's like, there's has to be a version where Ed Harris is related to John Wilkes Booth because it just
They
makes too
don't
much
know.
sense.
They haven't seen
No,
National Treasure
but that's
Book
what
of
I'm saying though.
Secrets in
You're
I
you're
have.
always-
years probably.
You're
Yeah, but you don't
always saying-
remember Ed Harris's character.
I know, but I'm saying though,
No.
you're always saying there's these phantom good scripts out there. I just don't think so. You're more optimistic than I am. I just think they're
Because
not
the
that
seeds
smart.
of ideas are there. They just can't be accidental. The problem is those seeds are there, and then a producer who doesn't get it comes in and fucks it all up.
That's
Maybe.
true.
This does happen. Kevin and I understand.
I
that
don't know.
from
I
Ash
think the
vs. Evil
writers
Dead
might be a
Season
bit
3.
spineless too. A bunch of quislings, no,
Tappert.
not able to defend their vision.
They got to cash their checks too. Well,
maybe.
it's do what they told, or they don't get the next. script
I
unless
mean,
they
I
don't.
know. Who knows?
Well, they
They
may
get
not be
paid.
cashing many more checks going forward at this rate anyway. So, well, that's a good place to wrap it up, guys. Please let everybody know where they can find you on social media and anything you got coming up next. Let's start with you, Dylan.
Well, we're going to say the same thing. So Maynard and I host the show. I'm the principal host,
Sure
of
thing.
course, of Reels of Justice, a mock courtroom where every week we put a movie on trial to determine whether or not it's guilty of the crime of being a bad movie. Our good friend Kevin has been on and fought valiantly for 2 very bad movies. So I really respect him for that, because sometimes people come on and they
Maybe
want to
3. Has it been?
they
2 or
want to
3?
take the
It's
easy way
been-
out. Has it been 3
I-
or 2?
It's been 2.
Hudson Hawk and Ghostbusters, right?
Yeah, I thought I had that last one, man. I thought I
Yeah.
had the last one.
Oh man,
You
but
certainly
hey,
tried.
I pulled for you. I pulled for you.
but that's what you take the tough side, and I really respect that, because that happens to us a lot too. So we always have a special guest on, and it's always a lot of fun. All of our socials are at Reels of Justice. You can email us at reelsofjusticepodcast@gmail.com. Leave us a good 5-star review with a movie you like. Who knows? You can do whatever you want, And yeah, so that's what we're all about. I think by the time this is already going live, so our episode that's coming out for Halloween, here's a little sneak preview for you all. We have prominent YouTuber Isaac Arthur from Isaac Arthur Futurism, Science and Futurism with Isaac Arthur, a very popular YouTube channel. He's been on this show a bunch of times, and he will be prosecuting, I believe, right? He's prosecuting the 1997 Canadian classic, The Cube.
It's just called Cube. It's not called the.
It's not called The
Wow.
Cube. It's just
No,
Cube.
it's just
Cube.
Cube.
All right, so just Cube, and so stay tuned
I love that
for
movie.
that. Yeah, well, hey, we talk about it a lot.
Yeah, and a lot like your guys' format where you say the good and the bad. Our courtroom forces that, right? One person
Yes.
has to be the defense. One person has to be the prosecutor. So there are no movies bullied in our courtroom. You always get a fair representation, as best as we can offer for somebody who has to come and say the very best that they can about the movie and really try to pull forward. You can see me pulling from Schlenzo. He was the prosecutor today and I was the defense. Like, come on, give this movie
Pretty
its
much.
laurels.
I mean, look, and I had to go to the mat to defend Beetlejuice. It wasn't easy, but I gave it a damn good defense, So
I liked that movie.
even if you don't like a movie, or you think you don't like a movie, or you do or you don't, we bring the best arguments we can forward, regardless of what we think about it personally, and it always makes for very interesting conversations.
Yeah, we had Simon Majumdar from Food Network was on that Beetlejuice one.
Very
So-
mean to me, as he is wont to do.
That's what we like about him. That's what we like about him.
No, but okay. So behind the scenes, he's actually a really nice guy, and he always asks us to, is like, is it too much? And we're like, no, it's perfect. Crank it up,
Be meaner to Schlenzo, even if he's not a lawyer.
Yeah, even if it's not
be
me.
mean to Schlenzo. He can take it.
Yeah, but we have a lot of fun, a lot of great guests. All close to 300 episodes. All the episodes are
We
pretty
are coming up to number 300.
Yeah, so all
in
the
a
episodes are
couple months.
very evergreen. So you can jump in pretty much anywhere. There's not like a continuity. We do have some inside jokes that you'll start picking up on, of course, but just find a guest or a movie that you like and start there.
Right on. And Kevin, take us on out, brother.
Oh man, we are coming up next month. What was next? Is next month Trimmers Month? Is that what we're doing next month, or is that the month
No,
after?
Night of the Living Dead month.
Night of the Living Dead month.
Month
Oh,
of the Living
have-
Dead.
Have us back for the Tremors, though. Maynard and I love Tremors, dude. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
We
we'll
could do
talk
that.
about that. We
Nice.
have moved that to another month. So
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Let us know because we will talk Trimmers with people like all day long. We love Trimmers.
oh hell yeah.
I'll talk about
Nice.
Tremors too.
So,
Aftershocks.
you know what? I was super persnickety about Trimmers. Like I liked the first movie when I was a kid and refused to watch
First one's
the
a
others.
classic.
Yeah, I refused to watch the others because they were direct to VHS or Sci-Fi Channel. And I was so fucking persnickety and just didn't realize that, hey, you know what? Just because something doesn't reach the cinema doesn't mean it might be good or
It
might
was
not be
intended
good.
for the cinema.
Two still put some money into its effects. I mean, those are
Yep.
like animatronic walkers that they have. So,
Yeah.
and some puppets, obviously, that they do. But when
Mhm.
but I know that they have some animatronic things, I think, walking around in it. Possibly.
They did. It was intended for theatrical. It just ended up getting booted to direct to video.
If they could have just gotten Kevin Bacon instead of
That
casting that guy who
probably-
looks just like Kevin Bacon, but he's not Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Maybe more. Well, we'll save it for that time. We'll come back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That's 0 Point
Okay,
Reviews, everybody. Come on over to Suns and Shadows. We always got some fun stuff around 0 Point Reviews. We got Stargate Files on Thursdays. And this Friday, happy Halloween. We will be doing Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 3. And of course, Kevin's favorite show, Deadwire Live. He's always coming back from the glory hole. Skeeter's coming back from a handsome pub crawl. And Chad is the one nice guy, and I'm usually trying to fend off falling asleep. So, that being said, you all have a good night. Check out Reels of Justice. You all have a good night. We'll see you next time.
The blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
You will suffer an eternity for this.